Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. Now, today we're reviewing slash previewing the series Young Rock, which is dropping on NBC, premiering February 16th. And Young Rock focuses on the life of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. As you know, and you can tell, I'm a wrestling fan, so I was definitely intrigued to see what this was going to be. And I will be 100% honest with you. I honestly was going to skip this because I just felt like, I don't know, the commercials didn't really pull to me. And like, I don't know. I guess it was just, nothing just really caught my eye. I was like, oh, Dwayne, the Rocky's up to another project. So, you know, it's whatever. The guy stays busy. Tons of different projects. His face is just all over the place. So like, I don't know. I just felt like it was just another project, but nonetheless, I checked it out and I'm going to say, I'm gonna definitely give you my thoughts and feelings about this. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the tone. The tone gives me Orville, gives me Everyone Hates Chris. It gives me that type of comedic vibe. It's on network television, so you know it's very light and it's enjoyable for all ages. Because what happens here is that it is the year 2032 and The Rock is running for president. Yes, the thing that everybody really wants to happen. But yes, in 2032, The Rock is running for president. And he's doing a series of interviews and speeches for his campaign. And during these different speeches and campaigns, that he's actually channeling back to some of his young memories, the times where he was 10, where he was 15, and 20 years old, different moments of his life. And basically, these stories basically show relevance as to what really makes him who he is now, what shaped him to be this larger than life person with this this charisma that's just out of this world. So you're going back, focusing on his family, focusing on his time in college playing football, and even some of his early love interests back in grade school. So you're going through these different chapters of his life as you're watching him grow up, and basically which really molded and shaped him to become the man that he is today. So yeah, I mean, look, the show's called Young Rock, so you would think that the show would be focused about all of the life of The Rock. And I'm here to say that it really isn't. To me, this is a love tribute to his late great dad, Rocky Johnson, who passed last year. This is really about him, if you ask me. From the episodes that I was able to see thus far, it was really about him. And his dad passed early last year, 2020, which was, could imagine was just, one of the hardest things he's ever had to go through. And you could just tell that this show probably started about being about him, but then ultimately it turned into being about his dad. And I'm not mad at that at all. It does shows moments of his dad's career, for good and for worse. For the times, where his dad was on the road being a pro wrestler, how that influenced him being around other wrestlers, sometimes his absence and how that kind of caused, some different things that happen within his family. But overall, like, it doesn't get deep and it doesn't get heavy or any of that sort. It all stays pretty light, but again, it does spend a significant time focusing on his dad. And again, I'm not mad at that. And I think that, Dwayne will be the first to say that his dad was absolutely the blueprint for every bit of the man that he's became today. But with that being said, for the wrestling fans, there's a ton of good moments, stories, whether they're real or not. I'm not sure because I wasn't, watching wrestling the way I'm watching it now. Back in the days back in the years in which they're focusing on. But nonetheless, they're still enjoyable to think if these dynamics kind of happen, like what would it be? I mean, to be honest, like some of the things that are happening in this series, it kind of reminds me of the film One Night in Miami. We had all these legends in one room, and then you're kind of legends and icons in one room, and you got to have these conversations of wondering, like, well, what would they have been talking about? What would they have been saying? And that's kind of like what you're getting here with his dad in a room full of other icons and legends and wrestlings and some of the things that they were going through, and then basically the fly on the wall, baby Dwayne Johnson, how he's just really soaking in all that knowledge and experience from them. So like it's pretty cool on that note. The other thing I will say is too that there is really no continuity because like they again, you're going through different moments of his life. So you got moments where he's 10 years old, 15 years old, and 20 years old. But you got references of current date. Like I won't even lie. There was a reference to 21 Jump Street, and I was like, wait a minute, that came out like, less than 10 years ago, I think. And it definitely wouldn't have been a reference that you would have made back in when he was 10 years old. So like, those type of things are in there. But again, that's because I think the focus really isn't about trying to be historically correct, but being able to deliver the message and keeping the tone light and enjoyable for all ages. So like, it's not, a biopic of any source. It's just a show that, obviously comes from a credible source material, but still having a lot of fun with it. So, but yeah, Young Rock is dropping on every Tuesdays on NBC 8 to 8:30. And it's premiering February 16th. So I can't wait for the rest of this to drop. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with this. I was definitely caught off guard because I liked it much more than I thought I would. And I can't wait to see what else is to come from this. So, but yeah, tune in, and we'll keep. I'll keep an eye out, and definitely be doing a season recap once all the episodes have released. So, but anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all very soon.